Alright, we are ready for you to go live, Liz.
Alright.
So I'm gonna drag you into the live on-air channel. And
good as the rest of the Wario Land series. I'm ready to go. Are you ready, Proto?
I'm ready to go. Are you ready, Liz?
I'm ready. Let's go. 3. Wait, hold on. I'm not ready. Yeah, Wario is, basically, it won't let me hit start until he finishes crashing his plane.
Oh gosh, games where you have weird intro loops.
Yep.
I've run games like this. They're very... It's very minorly annoying.
But it's not an intro loop if you have a save file, only if you don't. It's really weird. Okay. Now we are ready. Are you ready, bro?
I'm ready. Are you ready, Liz?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Wario Land 3. So in this game, Wario crash lands, and we have an opening cutscene here, so there's not a whole lot to do, but there is actually inputs to do in this cutscene. Wario moves faster if you press the D-pad in the direction that he's moving. It's not that much, but it does save time. I'm not entirely sure why they added that. So Wario goes into this cave. He crash lands, of course, and he goes... and he gets teleported into the music box.
Whoa!
And here we are. We're somewhere. It's a giant face in the wall, speaking in some language that I personally cannot read. I like to imagine that, like, Wario is transported into this place, and this person speaks Japanese at him, but he doesn't know Japanese. He's just like, wow, alright, yeah, whatever, and just goes off and does his thing. So basically, the face in the wall says, I am an ancient god. The monsters here locked away my power, which are some, music boxes. Please find the music boxes. I will bring you home. You can keep any treasure that you find. And after he hears that, Wario's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So he runs off to do so. Welcome to Wario Land 3. This is, if you've ever played any of the Wario Land games, it's a pretty similar situation. Whoopsies. Except in this one, you cannot die. Wario is an invincible goblin, which I think might be why I kind of like this game so much. Like, okay, Proto, am I wrong here? He has pointy ears, he loves treasure a lot, he's really loud and boisterous, kind of annoying, he's, like, stout, and I love him, so he's a goblin.
You know, it checks out.
It checks out.
It absolutely checks out.
So, basically, this game, the way I can describe it is like a by-the-levels, oh snap. It's a by-the-levels, how would I put this? Metroidvania? And I'm sure I just made some people, like, go, like, cringe inwards, like, oh, don't call this a Metroidvania. But it's basically a Metroidvania. You wander around to each of these levels, you get special abilities that allow you to then unlock new sections of other levels. And the game is a lot of exploration and finding, okay, I have an item, what can I use it on? And then other items are situations where it's like it opens up a new level, or a section of another level. So each of the treasures that Wario's finding helps him to get to other areas. Not all of them, but obviously I'm not getting any of the ones that don't do anything, because that would be silly. I'm playing fast, after all. After all, this is a Sega game. Wario's gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
So, you'll see me, the fastest movement is, kind of like the running, like, charge. However, if you just charge, he'll stop, and then he'll lose all momentum, and that's actually slower than walking. So what you want to do is you want to charge and jump, and that will keep your momentum and allow you to go a little bit farther. We'll be doing a lot of charge jumping in this game. So here we are. This is the first transformation. That's what this game is basically known for. Wario can't die, but he can get transformed into a bunch of different things by a bunch of enemies. And here's one of them. Here's another, actually, but we're not going to do that one. Hi there. Feed me. Oh, whoopsies. If you duck, he oh, come on. Over here, friend. If you duck, the donut bounces off of you, which is a good thing to do when you don't want to become chubby Wario over here. So now we're chubby and we can break blocks that we couldn't break before. And obviously it's slow, but in order to stop being chubby Wario, you just have to work out. Like literally, you just walk and you jump. It's incredible. It's like have you ever seen, what's that game called? Sonic 2 XL, where you just, all the rings are replaced with onion rings? Hold on, have you never seen that? It's the best ROM hack ever.
Liz, that is the most you thing ever. Why would you expect me to have seen it?
That is true. It is very mean. I love it dearly. And Wario just gets chubby. I mean, not Wario. Sonic gets chubby. Wario, Sonic, same thing.
I mean, both
Basically
Sega
the same thing.
mascots.
Exactly. So now we're introduced to the fact that there are 4 quadrants in this world. We spawn in the north. In order to get to other places, we want to hit start and then go to the next map. Otherwise, Wario has to run around, and running around is slow. Let's see, what is there in the... Oh, here's some more of these fellas. We might see my favorite... I wouldn't even call it a transformation, but we might see... Oh, no! I got fat again. I should not have done that. That was not what I wanted. That's okay. Like I said, you just hop around and Wario will eventually get not fat. Okay, I might just show off my favorite animation, because, I mean, we got plenty of time. This game is long, in case you did not notice. Excuse me, I have a cold. We're playing any percent glitchless. It could be faster, it could be almost sub-hour, but, not quite. Okay, so, there he goes! Wario is sliced in half and becomes 2 chunks of meat, and it is horrifying.
Totally normal Mario series gameplay.
Yeah, this is definitely not your typical Mario game, but it is, if you consider this a Mario game, this is my favorite Mario game of all time. Wario Land 3 just does not get enough love. Whenever people talk about the Wario Land series, usually they'll talk about the first and the second one, maybe the Virtual Boy one. Occasionally I've seen 4. 4 got more love at, oh no, at GDQ, so I got knocked down, so now this cycle is all out of whack, and I have no idea what to do. Okay, I got it. But Wario Land 3 has never been at any, like, GDQ. I haven't even seen it at a marathon before. I'm not going to go ahead and say that I'm the first person to ever run this in a marathon, but I'm the first person that I know to ever run it at a marathon. So this level, we won't really be experiencing it, but it does have our first instance. Well, actually, not even our first instance. So basically, this game has day and night cycles, and it goes to day, it goes to night, it goes to day, it goes to night, depending on which level. Like you leave a level, it switches to night or to day, depending. And some levels have different things. For example, the city that we went to, at day, there are the people who throw the donuts, so we want to go there in the day. At night, there are zombies, and we don't want to be turned into a zombie, so we go there during the day. During this one, the doors are either open during the moon or open during the sun, so you have to go in the correct direction, depending on what time of day it is.
You heard it here first, Power Up with Pride viewers. Goblins good, zombies bad.
Yes, Goblin's good, zombies bad. And I think Wario's perfect, because isn't he? He's perfect for this marathon, because isn't he the quintessential LGBT icon?
Is he?
don't know, I just came up with it, and I was hoping that you'd play off on it, but, like, if you don't want to, that's cool, too.
I mean, it's not that I doubt you. I'm curious what the thought process was here, if I may be honest.
Well, he's just... I'm a little nervous to continue this, because no matter what I do, some people will be like, no! Oh, no! Okay, so... just to finish my joke I was going to make, people will be like, no, you can't claim that Wario is the gay icon, because he's obviously the trans icon. Anyway, so... I'm at the first boss of this game, and basically, since you can't die, what the bosses do is they just turn you into something that then knocks you out of the arena. So you need to try and not get hit, usually, is how you avoid them. And if you get hit, then you just have to do the boss fight over again. Doesn't lose you that much time. Like I said, there's no dying. Wario Land is a game where it's just like, you are this implacable man, and you just cannot be stopped. You have to have your treasure. Again, proving my goblin theory. There's some goblin blood somewhere in the Mario line. And it clearly came out the most in Wario. So we got our first... Go ahead.
I'm never going to forget the quote, "There's some goblin blood somewhere in the Mario line." just something about that.
But that's just a theory. A game theory. So we got our first item, our first ability, I should say, which is the butt slam. So now we go to the first level again. The first level is the only level where we're going to actually, like, get every treasure. There are 4 treasures in each level. There's gray, there's red, there's green, and then there's blue. This is the only one that we do 4 times. I'm a big fan of goblins. I think that's an understatement.
That is an understatement.
It's like saying that Proto is a big fan of robots. I think that's an understatement.
That would be an understatement, yes.
I am a goblin, exactly. It's in my blood. I am kin with Wario. I am Wario kin.
Wario is a good boy. Liz is a good gobble. We're all having a good time.
We are having
good video games.
A gay old time. So, this is the first of 2 levels that we have to do mini golf in, and I hate this mini golf minigame. So let's see how I do. Ooh, that's really good. Oh no! Okay, I have to not mess this up.
Oh.
Okay, I have to not mess this up! This is like really, really scary. No! Oh, that was such good RNG too!
I remember when I hopped into voice, Liz was like, "Hey, wanna commentate with me?" I was like, oh sure. And I was like, well, I've never played this game, and then I remember that that's actually very much a lie, and yeah, as I'm watching this,
ooh,
this stuff is coming back to me, and wow, this minigame was a thing.
I'm super nervous. Okay.
You got this, I believe in you.
Okay, just a little bit. No! Are you kidding me?
God.
I have one more attempt. Oh, and this is the worst one! Oh, that's it. I can't do it now. I can't do it. I have to grind coins.
Oh, jeez.
Marathon luck. That is by far the worst one to get. You basically can't win it. Well, let's go kill some enemies. So how are you doing today, bro?
Oh, I'm great. Do you want to read some? Do you want me to read some donations while you're grinding enemies?
I would love that.
All right. Well, we have a $20 donation from Travis with no comment, an $8 donation from Kyan Lion, who says, "Good luck and have fun, everyone. Putting my dono towards the best song in We Love Katamari." $20 from He Who Is Pale. Keep doing good and going fast. And $40 from Ellipsis. Here's $10 per death. Thanks so much for having me be a part of this great event. Thanks, Ellipsis. $5 from Xandra. Good day, folks. Sometimes you get turned into a tiny treasure goblin, and that's okay. Best of
Yes!
luck to all the runners. Yo, got it!
That's how it should have happened.
Par.
We were just doing RNG manipulation. There's no problem.
Best of luck to all the runners. Here's $5 towards making light novels in Vegas stakes.
So the golf minigame, thankfully we only had to do it twice, but it is kind of front-loaded on the on the run, which it is my major run killer. There is little amount of practice. You just have to be good at it, and I'm just not. Hole in one. I love the fact that, like, Wario is just causing irreversible changes to this world's layout. Like, he just made this giant hole in the ground a lake. That has serious economic and, like, environmental ramifications. Wario, you madman. Excuse me, you mad goblin. Sorry, I don't want to goblin him.
Wario just wants treasure. He does not care about the environment.
That hot lore.
These platform jumps look quite fun.
They are interesting. Oh no! Oh wow, that was really lucky.
Oh my god, the luck there.
You know how, like, Yoshi has tax evasion? Well, Wario has, environmental war crimes. Coming to Nintendo Switch near you, Wario and his environmental war crimes, right after Waluigi's taco stand.
Don't forget Kirby does his taxes.
Yeah! Everyone's favorite game! Ooh, I got a gold split on that one.
Yo, nice.
Here we are. This is a City and Chaos, which has some, like, it has some foreshadowing to the deep lore of Wario Land 3. Do you want me to just spoil the ending for you? Like, we're going to get there, but, like, I have a lot to talk about in terms of it.
Let's build up to it.
Okay.
Let's not spoil everything now.
Alright, we'll build up to it. So here's our next transformation. We can turn into a zombie. And then as soon as you touch light, you become not a zombie. That allows you to go through platforms. I'm not really sure why zombies are able to do that. There's a faster way to do this, but I always mess it up, so I'm not even going to bother. Basically, if you turn away, like, the frame before you, hit the attack button, you get to push it and also not move, so you can do it a little bit faster. But frame perfect things are kind of not my forte.
Samus programs the VCR.
Oh, that's my favorite! I also like Samus programs the VCR too, Echoes. I know that most people don't like it. They feel like it's just a rehash of the first, but me personally, I love the themes. Like, it shows the duality of man. This is one of the few times where I'm actually not going to go into the menu because we're just right there. Boop. This is... Oh wait, no, we come back here later. I was about to say, we only come here once. But, basically, I'm hopping over hidden, holes in the floor. Otherwise, you fall and you have to climb back up. So, here's another transformation. This is one of my favorites. This one is Squished Wario.
Oh my god, I love Squished Wario.
It is the best sprite. I perlered this sprite. And I tried selling it on Etsy, and for some reason, no one wanted it. I have no idea why.
What a shame, honestly.
If you want a squished Etsy Wario, I mean a squished perler Wario, I'll like give it to you for like $3. How does that sound? Who wants a squished Wario? Actually, I don't know. I could give it to someone who donates. If you donate $3, tell me. and I'll
All
give you
right.
a squish.
Are you committing to the next donation of $3 or above gets the perler?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Next donation of $3 gets a perler Wario who is squished.
Starts to mash the refreshed button.
You know you want that perler. So that boss is really easy. You just butt slam him. Lizgod. So many people are so excited to get this perler. I have another one too. So we got our first music box. As I said, we have to collect 5 of these. And for some reason, the music of the music box causes the world to irreparably shift. So we're about to open up a bridge. I don't understand.
I feel like that's just a video games thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. But there's some weird ones later on we'll be seeing. Are you ready for the hardest level in the game?
I am ready for the hardest level in the game.
Okay, we got the key. That's really difficult. It's very well hidden.
Whew. I never would have thought of that.
Oh my god, can we do it? First try!
Got him!
Got him!
Oh, looks like we have someone has claimed the squished Wario.
Ooh.
So
Alright.
sorry to everyone else who was too slow.
Well, as Wario's famous catchphrase goes, you're too slow, so. Thank you so much for your donations, by the way.
So to whoever made the first donation, we'll be in touch.
Just opens up trenchcoat. You want some Warios? You want some Warios? So we got these seeds that allow these plants to grow, and now we have to head back to the west. This is an interesting level, specifically because it's broken on emulation. You have to like do some funky stuff in order to actually get this level to work properly. Otherwise, when you go up here, it just won't let you climb up, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I fall here all the freaking time, so I am ready to mess up as usual. Boop, boop. Ah, got it first try. Not bad.
Nice.
What if you want a fat Wario Perler? I mean, you can commission it. I do commissions. I'm not about to like sell myself here on this stream though. So I mean, that would be I mean, I could do it for more donations, but that would have to be a lot, because making a perler is a lot more than already having a perler made, you know what I mean? I'm kind of just glad to get squished Wario out of my house.
How could you say such a thing?
I know. I'm cruel. But that's the thing with goblins is, you know, you let them into your house, and then, like, 3 days later, they're just crashing on the couch, like, eating all of your glazed yeast rings, and like,
okay, you know,
sitting downstairs, stealing your PVM, and playing a bunch of Genesis games.
You know, I feel like you're speaking from experience here, and I feel like this experience may or may not have involved me.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That's goblinism? Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I sorry? I'm a goblin. I can say what I want. Hashtag goblin for life. So
I like how
Go ahead.
Wario Land 3 has like the opposite of the Mario 3 angry sun.
I was
literally
literally about to say that. In the Mario universe, the sun freaking hates Mario, but he's pretty okay with Wario. Like, he occasionally lights Wario on fire if you stand still. Also, more golf! Oh no, it's the bad one again.
Oh.
Okay, it's alright. We can do this. I believe in ourselves.
I believe in you.
I believe in the me that believes in me. This is a pro goblin.
What's the purpose of the golf mini games routing wise?
Basically, oh no! Oh wait, no, I have a little bit more. So it opens up, Oh gosh, hold on, I have to focus. Oh, thank God. Okay, it opens up, it opens up a necessary item. We only get the 2 that are necessary. There are a bunch more mini-games, but usually they'll give you things that, like, open up levels that don't have anything that we need. Or, like, an item that we will have no necessary use for. This will open up a later level, if I remember correctly. These like, bagworms, we'll see what they do later on. But right now, we just want to avoid them.
There were $25 in Squished Wario donations. By the way.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your Squished Wario donations. Jumping on that Squished Wario.
I guess we can congratulate Andrew Ferguson, the $20 donation of Squished Wario High!
Hey!
For winning the prize.
So, something I love about this game is that, like, actually, hold on. I'll continue that thought in a second because this level has something that I need to say. Here's Fire Wario. He just lights himself on fire. Oops, I messed up. And then just runs, and basically all you can do is jump. You can't control him. So he'll like bounce against a wall and then run in the opposite direction. So we need to do this puzzle 4 times. So I hope you really like it. Actually, only 3 times. But that's. See, I made you think it would be bad by only being 4 times. But, it's not that bad. It's only 3. Okay, so, we created this tower by, rubbing 2 rings together, and I just love the concept that Wario immediately knows, like, what 2 items to move together in order to create these magical effects. He absolutely doesn't. So, for every cutscene that we see where Wario's, like, putting 2 rings together, we see, like, there's like several hidden cutscenes where Wario's just rubbing a whole bunch of junk together, being like, "Work! Do something!" It's like, why won't this work? He's like rubbing a book and a ring together. Like, how is he supposed to know that you put these 2 rings together and they create an item? So we hug the left wall here because there's a dude who makes you chubby. And that will just immediately knock you out of floating Wario. Boop. We have the key. Now we go back down because if you remember correctly, the chest was at the very bottom. Boop, boop. You definitely have to play this. This game is a lot of fun. Like I said, it's sadly forgotten. It's, in my opinion, one of the best Game Boy Color games. Let's be real, there aren't that many good ones.
No, there are not.
Game Boy Color is, like, the worst in terms of garbage to good. Like, I read a list of best Game Boy Color games, and, like, maybe 8 of them I'd consider, like, really good. The other, like, 2 are just kind of okay, like, playable. And that is not a good sign when your top 10 doesn't have quality all the way through.
The Game Boy Color sure is a console, but, like, it gave us Wario Land 3, so...
It gave us Wario Land 3. It gave us Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And that's about it. No, there's more to it than that. Alright, so here we are at the 3rd of this. Here we have the hardest boss in the game. Well, not yet, but we will be. Oh, if I can do this correctly. Okay. Rest in peace, my my Game Boy Color, by the way. Knocked off my my nightstand by my cat, and then it had that like ink blot on it. And I tried to play games around it, but it's a little difficult to be able to play Oracle of Ages when there's a giant madness in the center of your screen.
Oof.
Alright, so we're almost at this boss. He's only hard because of the final attack. He's this cute, like, fox. What are they called? The kitsune. It's like a cute...
Kitsune.
Yeah, he's like a cute kitsune. And these attacks make you float up in the air, so we have to avoid them. And then these kind of stun Wario because they have the shaking. if you ever played, like, I don't know, Mega Man 1, Guts Man, there's a lot of games that have that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so you just have to avoid it.
Being stunned sure is a video game thing, TN.
Listen. Okay, just barely hit that. It's kind of hard to actually, like, aim
You
that.
boop him in the ears.
Okay, that's good. So that bounces, like, 3 or 4 times. And, if it's placed in, like, the worst place... Oh, God! Oh, gosh, I just barely dodged that! That was like a Matrix dodge.
Liz, this marathon is trying to be comfy. You need to stop being so good at video games.
Oh, you're right. Let's just put down the controller and let's talk for another, like, 2 hours about how Wario's a goblin. People love that.
That's better.
This next level is pretty self-explanatory. If you have anything to talk about, now's the time.
Well, I have a bunch of donations from many, many excited Wario fans.
Yeah! My friends, my kin. We're all Wario kin together.
We have $5 from Lady Amidala, who said, "Squish Wario!" Wasn't quite fast enough, but thank you for your donation. We have $5 from Sugar Bits, no comment. $5 from DW, who says, "I believe in Wario." I also believe in Wario. Then we have some more friends who have other things to say, maybe not Wario related, but, you know, also good stuff.
You can go ahead. This level's really self-explanatory. It's just bouncing around on these platforms.
Got $100 from Seraph IV. Hi, Seraph.
Hi, Seraph.
Absolutely have to see the return to subcon tasks. Oh, my page just moved around. Hang on. Thanks to all the staff and team members at Power Up with Pride for your work on the marathon, and thank you to all our viewers and donors for donating to such an important cause.
Y'all definitely need to see that Return to Subcon task. That game is really interesting. Oh, hold on.
I'm excited for it.
That is the best sound clip in this game. Wario cannot play the flute. It's like he's like puts the flute on. It's like the creakiest flute. It's awful. And I freaking love it. And for some reason it makes snakes appear. Listen, if you found a magical flute in a treasure chest, like deep in a swamp, would you immediately slap that on your lips? Wario is a experienced treasure hunter, like all goblins.
I mean, look, if Wario would, so would I.
WWWD. What would Wario do? I freaking love the noise that the snakes make in this game. So, we use the snake to bounce up here. And this is a difficult section, so I'm going to focus on it for just a second. Okay, there we go. That is way harder than it looks. I crouch in order to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, Return to Subcon came out like 2 weeks ago?
Something like that. It has been the hotness in the speedrunning community since its release, though. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's really cool. What wouldn't Wario do? I think that's actually kind of a fair point. It's like, Wario, I need you to rub all of these items together until they do something. Got it! Will do. I'm good at that. So...
What wouldn't Wario do? Share?
What wouldn't Wario do? He wouldn't not donate to Power Up with Pride on Twitch.tv/PowerUpWithPride.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Wario
would
knows.
Donate to Power Up with Pride. So
Even
you should
Wario
too.
understands the importance of charity. Plus, again, as I said, LGBT icon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So again, as I mentioned earlier, this level changes during the day to night transition. Goes from having the cooks to having zombies. We will never make use of these zombies. That is a very sad statement. We will never make use of these zombies. Make use of the zombies, by the way, being a very good and open name for a grunge band. I assume it's open. There might be a band named Make Use of the Zombies. But I have doubts.
That would be a very, very literal name for the Zombies cover band.
So here's a puzzle. We need to get Chubby up there, so we need to use the shock waves of Wario's flab to like kind of bounce the chef up there. And I love the concept where it's like he makes you fat and then runs away because obviously you're going to kill him as soon as you touch him. And then he like desperately tries to throw a donut at you, but it just bounces off your flab. So Wario's like, no thanks, I'm full. Boom! Kills him. Technical horror metal? I'd be down for that. Okay, here's another situation. How is Wario supposed to know to open up this book and hold the thing aloft? I have high doubts that Wario read a book. Like, I can never see Wario reading anything. So basically what I imagine is he's just like, you know, he's doing his daily ritual of rubbing junk together and just like holds it aloft and says the magic words, wah! And they happen to actually be the magic words. And he's like, oh, wow! That's wonderful. It's a picture book? Okay, good point. Picture of that Gaston image where Gaston's holding a book upside down, except it's Wario.
Someone please Photoshop that, thanks.
Please do. Give like Gaston the Wario like things. What is this? What is this? So now we have the spiked helmet. Basically I can't skip these demonstrations. They always show you the same thing every time. Some are really long. That one's really short. It just shows you can break blocks with your head. Whoa! What a concept. I said, yep. What a concept. Back over to the west.
Can you believe that in a Mario franchise game, you can break blocks with your head?
I know, it's insane. I do like the idea that Wario is just completely freaking useless at the beginning, though. I don't know, like, why because he had, like, all of these abilities in Wario Land 2. I mean, it's not like Dark Samus came and stole all his powers. That's not a thing.
I mean, I feel like Wario would just be like, okay, I don't want these anymore. Too much work.
That is absolutely a good point. Like, he's just like, he sells them. He sells them to a pawn shop.
I mean, either that, or they're like, he has to use them to keep them, and he's not gonna use them.
That is absolutely true. So this level's a lot of running around the same place, but it does have the best boss in this game, IMO. I'm so excited for you to see this boss. You're going to love this boss, Proto.
Oh boy.
Although you said you played as a kid.
No, I didn't play this as a kid. I think it was my like 1,000 follower Twitch special. I did the Super Mario Land-a-thon because I was speedrunning Super Mario Land 1 really actively.
Yeah.
It's where I played all of the Mario Land games, including the Wario Land games.
That's a good point. That's a good marathon.
And then I ended up quitting 2/3 of the way through this game because this game's neat, but if you're just trying to complete it quickly, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, if you're blind playing it and playing it to go fast, you are not going to go fast. It's a lot of exploration.
It was just didn't have that much of a good time, but
it's a really good casual experience if you are just looking to play a game casually. But if you're looking to be like, hey, I'm a speedrunner, I'm going to do this fast, you are not going to do this fast. It's a lot of exploration. You have to know exactly where to go. Like, you have to wander around that level and find out, oh, I have to do these in this exact order. Here we go! He's a bouncy boy!
Oh, it's this guy!
Oh, so we play, I guess you call this soccer? We play soccer with the rabbit. Basically, if he bounces on you, you get turned into a ball. If you bounce on him, he gets turned into a ball. And then you want to, like, kind of charge and jump into him as he's in the air, and that will always go over the turtle. But it's not the easiest to do consistently. There we go. Bye, bunny. I love that boss. He was also in Wario Land 2. And was basically the same thing. So I'm glad they brought him back because he was clearly the best boss in that game as well.
Oh, right! It was in Wario Land 2 as basketball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I saw the boss and I was like, wait a minute, wasn't this a basketball boss? But yeah, it was in the other game.
And he should have come back in Wario Land 4 with, like, I don't know, like volleyball maybe. That would have been fun.
That would have been amazing.
So we got 2 of the 5 now. We're 2/5 of the way through. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Wow. This
You
game is
know, it
long.
really feels like our Wario journey has just begun.
Our Wario journey? Don't you mean our Wario journey?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Just checking. So this is a pretty straightforward level. It's literally just get to the end of this area, you will find a key, and then go back without hitting those enemies down there, because they'll just make you fly back up here. So obviously I'm going to hit them because I'm bad at video games, but we'll see how it goes. We can go ahead and have— oh no, I did! Oh, got it. Got it. So yeah, if you're lucky and don't break these things. Wow, I'm bad at this. Okay, this next one I know exactly where he is, so I'm going to avoid him. Okay. Now, as I was saying,
that's a neat little trick right there. What's going on there?
What do you mean?
Like with it just pushing you back into the water, because I assume that's probably not intended.
Well, so I have those blocks there, and I don't break them intentionally, so if I accidentally become floaty, I can just immediately hit them and then go back to the water. Basically, floaty Wario will always, defloat, I guess you could say, as soon as he touches a ceiling. And there's a ceiling right there, so he defloats and then goes back into the water.
Neat.
The jump to get over here is actually way more precise than it looks. So here we have Springy Wario, our first instance of this boy. There was a chance to get Springy earlier, but I didn't do it because it's slow. And Wario understands that going fast is where it's at. And I love the sprite where Wario, like, becomes unspringy. Just the singular sprite of kind of half Spring Wario just screaming out in agony. He's like, what am I? What has God wrought? And again, he knows to hold aloft his spear and magic helmet and say the magical words, which again, wah. I'm sorry. I have my own splitter here, and it's Wario, I think from one of the commercials, which if you've never seen them, please go look at the commercials for like Wario Land and for Mario Land. They are gorgeous. It's like animated Wario, and he's like freaky as hell, and he's like, I am your master, Mario is your enemy, and he's just like really weird. But I love it. I accidentally fell. That is not a thing that you want to do. Hello, Crazar. How you doing today, sweetie? Obey Wario. We avoid these little grabby water hands. Grabby water hands. This is a pretty easy, self-explanatory level, but there is a section up here. We'll see our first instance of Toad. My good friend Toad is here in this level. Oh, okay, all right. You have to kill that thing. If you don't, it will. Oh, hi Toad. Bye Toad. If you don't.
Hi, Liz. Oh, right, wrong kind of Toad.
Sorry. That was a beautiful Toad impersonation, by the way. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. I'm sure yours was really good in person when it wasn't extremely distorted and terrifying.
Oh my gosh, it's even, like, I was doing impersonations of Bit Crushed Mario, and I just put like my microphone up to my hand, and in my hand woohoo! And like, someone's like, that sounds like Toad. So then I started doing Toad, and it was apparently the most horrifying thing they had ever experienced. Just like, and they're like, whoa, no! Oh gosh.
I really like the overworld in this game.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it? This game is gorgeous. Like, like, this is a Game Boy game, which is like 8-bit, right? Like, this is really freaking good looking for the Game Boy. So now we can pick up and throw enemies, which are used to break those special blocks. We can get in here. Oh, have you never seen her emote? It's so good.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one.
It's so good. So, here's Bubble Wario. You literally just float up to the top. Usually it's a bad thing, but there are like 2 puzzles in this game where you want to become Bubble Wario. You open up your pathway and then go on through. For the most part, we'll be avoiding them. Or running right into the bubbles, like I did, which, again, intended. Wario does not make mistakes. But, however, he does make a few, we'll call them, stananks.
Will we call them that? What does that mean?
It's a reference to Strong Bad. Genesis version. Oh my god, there is actually, like, okay, so I am the Genesis queen. I'm well known for my Genesis stuff. There is a Genesis version of this game. Kind
Really?
of. It's called Wario Land 3, and it's literally just Pugsy. But they made Pugsy Sprite Wario, and it is the best sprite I've ever seen in my life. If you've never, yeah, are you looking it up right now?
Now that you've said it, I remember this, and oh my god, you showed me the sprite once. Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like you came home from school and I was doing it. I'm like, here, look at this, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that sounds like what my reaction would have been. Just a nice, oh my god, Liz. I wonder how many times I said that while you were here. Probably a lot.
The counter broke. Like, if you go ahead and just look up Wario Land 3 for Genesis, and you'll find it. It is the best sprite ever. And watching it walk is even better. The best part about that, by the way, this has nothing to do with Wario, but... Well, it does. It's Wario Land 3 for Genesis. So, Pugsy, the original game, has really good copy protection, where if it notes that you have SRAM, the original cartridge has no SRAM, but it checks for SRAM, because if you do have SRAM, then it puts you into the you have pirated this game mode, and gives you terrible jump, terrible speed, and, like, ends the game after, like, 4 levels. Which is exactly what Wario Land 3 does. Like, for Genesis. So, you buy this game, and then it's not even set up properly. Like, it's set up so that the SRAM messes up, and it's amazing, because there's some kid in China who thinks that Wario Land 3 is this really ugly, weird game for the Genesis that has 4 levels, and then he yells at you about stealing the game.
That's incredible.
Okay, so here we are. We're Vampire Wario.
Truly,
So,
the lore runs deep.
I want to suck your blood. Vampire Wario for some reason turns back into regular Wario when he touches water, and I keep just barely touching that water right as it spawns. I should be a little more careful. Oh my lord, as soon as I say that, I've never had this. Say it with me, folks. That's never happened before.
Never happened before. Yuck, yuck. How
Gosh. Oh wow, did you just goof drop me?
I think you just goof dropped yourself.
That's fair. I would.
Can we resurrect goof dropping for this marathon, honestly?
Absolutely. You should have put in Goof Troop. If only I ran Goof Troop. I really need to, but like I need to find someone who is willing to put up with me for like 2 hours so that we can learn Goof Troop. It's going to take way longer than that. For those who are
Say
unaware.
that, but you were too much of a coward to run co-op Toe Jam and Earl with me.
That game is fun for the first 5 minutes and then boring as heck, and you can agree to that.
Yeah, it's real comfy though.
It is super comf. We'll run it at some point. We can learn it at GDQ if we're not busy. We probably will be. I always say I'm going to learn games at GDQ and then I never do.
Big mood.
Edit the ROM header? Yeah, you can actually do that. So you could conceivably, whoopsies. You could conceivably make it so that Wario Land 3 for the Genesis is like playable, and that's how I do it. You have to edit the ROM header basically, and it skips the thing if you make the game more than like 3 megabytes. So what I do is I just add junk data to it. So like at the end of Pugsy and Wario Land 3 for the Genesis, there's just like thousands of bits of empty nothing. There should be a comfy-thon? Every thon is comfy-thon to me, IMO.
I mean, what do you think this marathon is?
Yeah, for real. So this is just a lot of platforming using these, I guess Puffy Wario? Like, Float Wario is what I've called him before. You have to get through without taking damage. It's very simple stuff.
Float Wario, or Florio, if you will.
Florio, if you will. The lost fifth Mario brother. Florio. He's an actual plumber, and he's like, wants nothing to do with them. Where are we going next? E3. Which is over here. No, E1. There we go. Okay, right, this level. Okay. So I relearned this game for this marathon, like, last week. And this is the level that I ended on. There's this mouse. Well, I ended on during my first run of this, I should say. There's this mouse. And he's scary. He's super terrifying. Like, he just chases you forever, and you try and get through. Usually it takes me 3 or 4 tries. There are people who can do this in, I think, 1, definitely 2. And I have no idea how they do it, because this mouse chases you down, and, like, these things, like, bounce you back, so it's really hard to do it fast without, like... Okay, got it. Got it in 3. That is as good as I've ever done it.
We in there, goblins.
My goblins.
Oh my goblins.
Oh, I've taken to saying "oh my god" instead of "oh my god." I am embracing my destiny as Goblinkin. All right, so now we have a boss. This boss is a little weird. We have a cute little turtle friend who then gets scared. He's like, "Oh no!" So here's a beaver, and he has this weird, like, spike butt. And you just gotta, like, butt slam him. It's... The controls... Oopsies. The controls on these things are a little bit wonky. So it's kind of hard to aim sometimes. There we go. So now he's going to be doing diagonals, if you'll come up. There we go. Good quick hit on that last one. And then the turtle comes back, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry I left you, friend." It's okay, buddy. I understand. Terrifying beavers make me run away, too. I guess that's a beaver. I don't know. What do you think it is? You think it's a blind salamander?
You know what I think it is, Liz? You want to know what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
A friend.
Oh. Well, we just killed him, so...
Oh.
And this is the biggest example of how does Wario know to rub these three items together. These three items, when combined, and they're just random geometrical shapes. When they're combined, they make the apocalypse occur.
What?
And the volcano explodes. And there's a giant hole in the ground now. This opens up a lot of levels. It's a horn, scales, and a fang. Obviously a dragon. Okay. Plan, did you just well actually me? Well, actually, Liz, it's horn, scales, and a fang, so clearly it involves a dragon. They're geometrical shapes. Wario causes the apocalypse %.
I mean, I think we've already established that Wario does not care about the environment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, look forward to Wario Causes Climate Crimes 2019 for your local Switch.
On the Nintendo Switch.
On the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out right after Waluigi's Taco Stand comes out. Alright, so in this level, it's just a giant hole in the ground. So we're trying to, let's see if we can get in here quickly. Good stuff. Gotta get in there without having to float up pretty fast. Climate Crimes is your new grind band? I'm on board. When can I get your first EP?
Climate Climbs.
Climate, yeah, I'm sure if I said that name enough times, that is absolutely what would come out. And this level is called W6, so it's showing you, because we have no W5 yet, so it's showing you that we're skipping a lot of levels. Oh no! Okay.
Did you know that the W stands for Wario?
Who
Yo,
told
nice
you that?
save.
Thank you. Alright, perfect. That was really close. Okay, so we open up that to get the key. We have to destroy those blocks, because now we're going to do one of the final transformations in the Wario oeuvre. We go down here. If you've ever played Wario Land 2, a big theme of Wario Land 2 is that there's a lot of, like, levels like that you have to break open blocks in order to find hidden passageways, and they suck. All of them! Luckily, there's not that many in Wario Land 3, but they do exist.
Oh my god, it's Balio.
Yeah, it's Balio. It's Yarnio.
Yarnio! Yoshi's Epic Wario. Or Kirby's Epic Wario, excuse me, I'm a fake gamer girl. The Yarn Yoshi game hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, it has.
Wait, has it?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a
You are a fake gamer girl. It came out like 3 years ago. Yoshi's Woolly World, I think it's called.
Woolly World. Yeah, that's the one.
That's a super cute game.
Oh, I was thinking of the next Yoshi game.
Yeah, there is a new one that's coming out. So yeah, good
You
save.
know, Woolly World is a thing. We in this we have all 3 Yarn Yoshi amiibo, and they're great.
Aw,
But
that's
yeah,
great.
I'm a fake gamer girl, and I accept it.
Oh, Proto, when I was up there, I was hanging out with Kaylee while you were like in class.
Mm-hmm.
And we were looking up amiibo prices. Can you guess what the cheapest amiibo is for like $3?
Is it Daisy?
It is not Daisy. That is exactly what Kaylee said.
Is it Waluigi?
It is not Waluigi. That's the next thing that Kaylee said.
Those answers are based off of those are the 2 amiibo that we always see in stores. What is it?
It is Chibi Robo.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess people tend to buy the amiibo for the games they're, you know, more familiar with. That's a shame though, because Chibi Robo was a good boy.
I love Chibi Robo. Did you hear that they're deciding that they're never making another Chibi Robo again?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like when you make bad games, they don't sell well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's Nintendo. Make a bad game, and then just decide, okay, people don't like this franchise. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I can't go back down that way. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to redo this section. Not that big of a problem. Yeah, like, basically they did exactly what everyone said they were doing with Metroid, except no one cares, because I'm the only person on this earth who cares about... Oh, no! Ugh. Who cares about, Chibi Robo. I freaking love Chibi Robo. So
just to be clear, Chibi Robo is a good game.
Yes.
Let my opinion not be ambiguous on GameCube's Chibi Robo. That game is actually great.
Yeah, that game is phenomenal. And if you've never played it, you definitely should. Okay, so this chest is a giant, like, whoopsies, I just messed up. Wow, what a shock, me messing up. This is a giant puzzle. We have to do this in the correct order. Where first we have to break the blocks using Chubby Wario. Then we need to set them on fire. And then we need to become, Zombie Wario. Chibi Robo is indeed the goodest boy.
Zombario, if you will.
Zombario. And Vambario. What's...
Vampario?
Count... There's gotta be something that's like... Count Wario's boring. There is a vampire one that we got earlier. We'll be saying that again. But, like, Count Wario's just boring. We need to come up with something better than that. Okay, so now we need to become a Zomble. Oh, the Zomble! Also, the zombie transformation back to, like, normal Wario is terrifying because it turns flesh-colored. Look at this. Like, with his zombie sprite. So it looks like his flesh is melting off, and I hate it! It's so grody. Or as one of my partners would say, that's crungy.
What?
It's crungy.
What?
Crungy.
No! No! Absolutely not!
You don't like the term crungy?
No!
Oh. Okay.
Hey Liz, guess what?
What's up?
2K Pan May.
What?
2K Pan May. We just hit $2,000.
Yeah!
And I'm still using memes from last event because I'm very boring.
I was really confused because I didn't remember.
Pan Wario.
I didn't remember that, but yeah, 2K hype. Thank you all so much. And Wario thanks you too from the bottom of his gullet. Speaking of Wario's gullet, we just got some garlic. This garlic allows you to break through the cracked blocks without stopping, and then now we can break every block. And we can also kill big enemies in one hit. Also, it's crungy because this is like very, very Britishisms. It's one of those.
Makes sense.
Very into Britishisms. I love it personally. So now we have like a lot of different places to get to, including this. And I like this next place that we're going to. Well, I specifically like how we get there. As you can see, there's that giant like boulder in the way, which is what's been stopping us from getting there this entire time. And now, just BAM! It explodes. So this level, however, kind of sucks. You remember I mentioned earlier that Wario Land 2 has a lot of like secret levels where it's like you have to break open. You basically have to hit every single wall that you can find. This is that. Just flat out. This is like 2/3 of the levels in Wario Land 2, it feels like. That's probably being a little mean on Wario Land 2, which I do like the game. I like it a lot.
I mean, completely obfuscated hidden passageways just aren't fun.
Yeah, they're just not really fun.
That's just not a good game mechanic.
It's basically, listen, alright? Y'all hate Mylon's Secret Castle and it did the same thing. Why aren't you hating on this? I've been watching Toad stream. I know people are hating on Mylon's Secret Castle. Alright, so here's this boss. This boss is really cool and fun to fight fast, actually. You hit him, and then he goes into this mode. And then he stays up here, so you're not able to hit him, but if you just bounce out of the water, you can. Boop. And... boop. There we go. Very fast, very quick, very fun boss. Yeah, I genuinely dislike this kind of level. Hi, Cat. How you doing? Hello to everyone. Hope you all are enjoying the stream. Thank you so much for checking out Power Up with Pride. .twitch.tv / twitch.tv. It's the other way around.
Perfect. You nailed it.
We got the third piece, so we're 3/5 of the way done now. During my breaks, I'm just like, so I got a plushie yesterday. I got a Spiel plushie, and he's just the cutest.
I have a Magnemite in my lap right now. This marathon's comfy. If you don't have stuffies, you're doing it wrong.
Alright, next up is South 5. Here to this volcano. Which one is this? This is right. This one. This is a situation of, like, this game has so many levels in it that, like, a lot of the time I kind of forget where I'm going. And then it's like, as soon as I go on the level, I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I go. So you have to time that pretty well so that you can come down here and burn down the blocks. And then this, like, force field, I guess, basically despawns everything, so we need to throw this enemy through it before going inside, so that we can break these blocks. This is a very fast way of doing it. You got a Lapis plush? Ooh, is it like the Ditto Lapis plush? That's a good plush. They need to make, like, a Ditto with, like, Pikachu eyes plush, frankly. Aw, everyone's talking about all the plushes they have. That's wonderful.
Excellent content.
And again, Wario knows what to do with this wand, which is, again, cause climate crimes. Actually, not necessarily. This is a good thing. So, if you saw a few times throughout this game, there are areas that have, like, black oil, and Wario just cleaned up the oil. So actually, Wario did climate, like, what's the opposite of crimes?
Harm reduction?
Sure. That doesn't quite roll off the tongue quite as well as I'd hoped, though.
The answer is Rowlet, by the way. Just so we're clear on where things are at in chat. The answer is always Rowlet.
So, after Wario does climate crimes, be sure to check out the next Wario Land game, which is Wario bribes the BP. Wario blackmails the BP. So in this one, we just break up these blocks. Go ahead.
Speaking of blackmail, do we have time to talk about other things that are better uses of your money, like donating to Power Up with Pride?
Absolutely we do.
Great, I have a bunch of donations. So here's $10 from John. Hi everyone! I think this event is an awesome way to highlight the diversity in the speedrunning community, and you couldn't pick a better charity than the Trevor Project. Donating in honor of my LGBT groomsman and former roommate who has spent many an hour playing video games with me. Love and solidarity from North Carolina.
Thank you so much. We got time for one more.
Cool. I have $25 from Dr. No, so that no one ever has to feel alone for being who they are. Thank you very much, everyone who's donating to Power Up with Pride. The Trevor Project does really, really good work in, like, LGBT, mental health, and suicide prevention. We cannot thank you enough.
I think I realized why Wario is an LGBT icon.
Oh?
It's because literally no one is more proud of who they are than Wario.
Okay, you've sold me. It only took like an hour or something. You sold me.
I knew that at some point down the line I'd find a reason why Wario would be an LGBT icon.
Next time, I just gotta trust your instinct, honestly.
I always know. Next up, I'll have to explain why. I don't know, what's the most random thing I can think of?
Gordos from Kirby.
Well, hold on. What's that pirate from, like, Phantom Hourglass? I have that thing that Kaylee gave me. He's an LGBT icon now, because I said so. But Gordo from Kirby, yes, absolutely. Gordo from Kirby, because at sometimes we may create a spiky outer shell to insulate ourselves, but other times, you know, it's nice to kind of let it retract and just be who we are with our friends.
Dang.
But also, we can't
This
be
is-
eaten by Kirby.
This is real talk hour with Lizstar. Holy moly.
That's kind of what I'm good for. I'm good for 4 things. Being lewd, being real talk, being a goblin, and liking bears.
I mean, what other things do you need, honestly?
That is... Well, there is a reason I'm rich. Because doing all that really does help bring the bank. Okay, so for some reason this lantern creates the worst level in the game, which makes this my least favorite treasure. I do not like the Castle of Illusion. I'm going to go at it a little slowly. We'll see how we can do.
Hey, Castle of Illusion's a good video game, okay?
It is a good video game, you are true. You are valid. This level is not a good level. It's full of these zombies, and the entire thing is about, like, climbing up. It's about climbing up this, these sets of stairs. You have to basically unlock the stairs in each area. While not falling down thanks to the zombies.
Zombles!
Hashtag Sylveon is trans. Yes, indeed.
Sylveon is trans.
Hashtag Whooper is ace.
Oh my gosh. Asexual icon Whooper.
There are icons everywhere. Like, you just have to look.
I mean,
Both at them and inside yourself. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, straight people are a myth, so... I'm kidding, but... Also, maybe not.
If you are cishet and you are here helping us, thank you so much. If you're not,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We love everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Agreed. Well said.
So I'm ducking at the zombies kind of helps you avoid them, which is why I'm doing that. And we did it without falling down once. Now we just have to push this down here. I like this Ditto up here, by the way.
I love Ditto.
Me too. Also, by the way, every time I finish a level, you can buffer your input to end the level by just holding A. It's very simple. We got our next power-up. Now we have the Comet Butt, I think is what someone called it yesterday when I was playing this for practice. They're like, yeah, it's a canonical name. I'm like, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but I'm going to hope that you are.
I'm down for it. The Wario ends with you. I cannot wait to run The Wario ends with you tomorrow.
How
Oh
do
my
those
gosh.
how do those songs go? Because we need to like add Wario to them.
I don't know if any of the songs actually say "The world ends with you." It's a
Ah.
line of dialogue like halfway through the game.
All right, I like this level a lot. It reminds me of like classic Super Mario, or not Super Mario Brothers, just Mario Brothers. It's one of those levels where it's like you go from the left and then you go to the right, you show up on the left, and you use this and a little bit of brain thinking to go, oh, I need to do that in order to roll up here.
A little bit of brain thinking. A little bit of brain thinking is one of my favorite speedrunning techniques.
A little bit of brain thinking. And thank goodness for Wario, you're the one doing the brain thinking. Because God knows he ain't doing it himself. Again, this is the man who looks at a book and just goes, wah! I don't know. Wario would look.
The Wario and the robot.
Welcome to Power Up with Wario.
Power up, semicolon, Wario Pride.
Over here to W1. Going to finish off this one. This has the most horrifying boss ever. I cannot wait for you all to see this boss.
Well, I definitely didn't make it this far, so I'm excited. Katamari. Katamari Wamasi.
And the reason he's horrifying is because of the spoiler. So I think it's time to tell it, yeah? You cool with it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so for those who were not here earlier, the story is that Wario is brought to this world, and there's someone who's like, I'm an ancient god, and these monsters locked me away, and I need your help to get my items of power so that I can go back to being the god of this world, and then I'll send you free, and you can have all the treasure you want. Wario really only heard those last few parts. So, after you get everything, you go back, you set him free, and then he turns out to be a clown, and his name is Rudy, and he's like, I lied! I'm actually the evil clown Rudy, and they locked me away, but before they did, I turned them into monsters. And now I'm going to kill you, just cuz! Ha ha ha! Isn't that funny? And, you obviously defeat him, and then all these monsters, all these, like, monsters that you're fighting right now, are the townspeople of this world, and basically, they're trying desperately to stop you because they don't want you to die to Rudy, which is why they're not killing you. They're just stopping you because they don't want you to mess up and summon Rudy again.
Wow, the lore runs deep.
So I want you to remember that everyone here is an innocent townsperson who's just trying to stop you as we fight this boss. So he's a balloon, and you kind of pump him up. You hit him, and then he drops a pump in order to get even bigger. Oh, now he's even bigger. Needs one more hit. And... Wario just killed a man!
Liz, it's time to stop.
Stay tuned for Wario's next adventure. Wario goes to freaking jail.
Wario Goes to Jail HD on the Nintendo Switch.
Wario commits murder. The game.
Wario Goes to Jail, a new escape game visual novel from Nintendo.
It's horrifying. Too dark. And again, Wario doesn't know. Honestly, I don't even think Wario even cares about anything. In my chat yesterday, someone was like, is this the only game where Wario does a good thing? I'm like, well, not on purpose. Like, it's a situation of, like, you get treasure if you help me out. And he's like, wow, okay. And then, like, it turns out that, like, he needs to stop the Rudy to save all these townspeople. But he doesn't do it to save the townspeople. He does it because Rudy's about to kill him. Like, the entire thing is just Wario looking out for himself. So, no, Wario is not a good guy.
Rated M for murder.
Rated W for Wario.
Wario's appeal trial.
This is my favorite power-up in the game, by the way, is the owl.
It's a friend.
He's a good friend. You wake up the owl, and then you float around. It's a little weird to control, because, like, he'll always move in the last direction that you, hit. And that's the only owl that we'll be seeing, which is sad. Wario is a massive selfish jerk. I don't know. I think that's a pretty, like, I don't know if you can tell all of that from his personality and all the things that he does. He seems like
I would say he's definitely massive and he's definitely selfish. Maybe not a jerk though. Very nice. No, not necessarily, but I don't know if Wario's a jerk.
I don't know, to be honest. I could definitely see, like, Wario, like walking down the street and then, like, just knocks ice cream out of a kid's, like, cone, and the kid cries. He's like, ah, I did good today. Okay, I need this sun to light me on fire. Again, the sun is pretty ambivalent towards Wario, but hates Mario. I don't know what Mario did to the sun. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Wario has been massively depowered since Wario Land 2. That is correct, and we made the comment that it was probably just like he had a bunch of the items that make him do the things, and he sold them to a pawn shop for money. Or he just, you know, got bored and was like, ah, whatever, I'm not going to practice my butt slam, and then, you know, you don't practice, you lose it. Don't use it, you lose it. Now we have the up jump. so we can get this. We can use this to bounce off of enemies. We're going to the hardest level in the game now. This is the only sequence break in the game, and it might take me a little bit. It's pretty precise.
Is this the one you showed me a video clip of way back when?
No, that's glitch percent. So any percent in this game is like 20 minutes faster than any percent glitchless. I'm doing glitchless because the glitches are insane. Alright, we need it to be day here. Because during night, the enemies that we need to use in order to do this sequence break do not spawn. So, basically, I tried learning any percent, and it's like quadruple frame perfect RAM manipulation stuff, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, I don't need to learn that. I'll just learn this instead.
This run is glitchless.
Glitchless.
The runner is not, but the runner is dating glitch.
I am dating glitchless, that is true. Alright, so we're about to get to the biggest thing. Now, remember, I just said that our item is involving bouncing off of enemies higher, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. Normally, you would need there to be... Okay, hold on, I have 1, 2... I'll explain this after I do it. Oh, okay. Well, normally you want there to be vines here, but we haven't gotten that item, and we can do it without it, so why even bother, right? Okay. 1, 2. Oh, no. It's pretty precise. You have to jump right at the end, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it. Again, this will probably take me a little bit, so if you want, you can give some, like, notifications or whatever you got going on back there.
Oh, you want some notifications? Okay. At everyone, at everyone, at everyone, at everyone. No, okay.
You have anything of use to say?
Yeah, we've got $10 from Poppy. Considering we save the animals every power-up with pride, and feeling that this one will be no different, we can at least donate for this to be our dream. Here's to making the dream in Vegas stakes killing the animals. $20 from... Oh,
you can go ahead.
Ooh, look at that jump. Okay. $20 from Axel. This is such a chill and relaxed marathon. I'm really enjoying it so far.
I'm really glad. Thank you for donating. We did it! So yeah, that is a pretty tricky sequence break. My first actual run of this, I got it first try and then realized I hadn't gotten the key yet. So, I was pretty grumpy. That was, I learned this for the 12-hour challenge, by the way. It took me about 10 hours. Which is pretty good for an almost 2-hour run.
Yeah, no kidding. Would you say this is a good 12-hour challenge game?
Yeah. It's not, it wasn't hard at all for me to learn. The question of whether or not this is a good speed game is something that could be, like, debated. Sometimes I'm a little iffy on it, because, like, I'm really freaking glad that you're here, because I think I would have run out of things to talk about if it had just been me. And it is way more entertaining.
That's why you got me.
That's why I have Proto here. I was like, Proto, oh thank God you're hosting. Please just talk about random inane nothings with me for 2 hours, because I'm not going to be able to hold people's attention for 2 hours of Wario Land 3.
I mean, that's what we did when we were dating.
That is absolutely true.
I am always here to talk about literally nothing with Liz.
Oh no. I like this because these are the kind of vines. This is basically exactly what the last level would have been like. So basically the game is like, oh, you just got the item that you needed these vines for, so we're going to do more vine levels. Acting as if you had already unlocked the vine thing, but you haven't. And whoop. Okay. So you can do that fast, but getting through it fast is a little tricky. It involves a lot of jumping and making sure that you grab on it. I always fall off. Okay, so here we are. Are you ready to meet a friend?
Oh, I am ready to meet a friend, Liz.
Say hello to the friend. It's mouse rat. Or, excuse me, it's like
friend.
mouse fish. Rat fish.
What a friend. That is a good friend.
Oh, nope. A little bit too early, I think. So, basically, we want to feed this fish.
Good. Feed the friend.
And, it's a little hard to time properly.
Yeah, you can subscribe to Liz and I's new podcast, Literally Nothing with Liz, by donating $10 to Power Up with Pride.
There we go.
Limited time offer. You can subscribe for the low cost of $10 donation instead of free.
It's a good deal. Because you're giving money to charity, and that's what matters. Also, I'm just going to show this real quick. If you try and go back through here, you bounce against the rat's, like, butt. Like, it's still over there. He's just stuck. What a friend. We have, I think, 3 or 4 levels left. The real friend is the unsung dragonfly? That is true. A very fair point. I am 15 seconds behind my PB, which is not bad at all.
I don't know who that was just putting up like that fence, but I mean they just put Wario in jail for his climate crimes.
That's like I guess it's like a little doll that he found that's able to like create the climbable background. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about.
It's a friend.
Yes. No matter what, it's a friend.
Yeah, for your subscription to Absolutely Nothing with Liz, you'll get a perler of our logo, Absolutely Nothing.
This mysterious podcast that I apparently have. I'm a little confused myself because I'm not able to read all of chat. And I most certainly do not have a podcast. I almost did.
Hey, don't you forget about our podcast, Literally
Right.
Nothing with Liz.
I'm sorry. With Liz, you don't have top billing. You don't have billing at all.
Well, it's like I'm the host and you're the guest, except you're the guest every episode.
Oh, so it's like QI. Okay.
Sure.
Sorry. So
That's a reference I understand.
in this one, this is another situation where the climbing controls are kind of awkward to do. You can do it like really fast by just jumping up like this, but it's kind of tricksy. And you have to avoid these the frogs, I guess they are, throwing apples, because otherwise then they'll just like make Wario fall to the ground. Oh, okay, we're good. All right. Yeah, I'm making a reference to Alan Davies exactly, RBW. Alright, so this is the last, like, level that we unlock. It's a very late addition to the game. Definitely one of the last levels that you actually get in when you're playing this, not like me. Every time I played this as a kid, I would 100% it, because I always felt like there was no reason to play this and not 100% it. It's so much fun to 100%. But, I mean, that's like 4 or 5 hours. So, that's not something I'm going to be doing anytime soon. Ah. Oh! Oh! Okay, we're good.
Whoa, whoa.
I need you to stop. Okay, now that we're down here, simple. Just going to go up here. Say hello to Toad. Hi, Toad. We're going to bounce Toad up here.
Hi, Liz.
My good old friend.
I love Toad.
Me too. He's great. Oh, we can make that. Okay. So then we get this. And
Boyon.
now we need to light Toad on fire.
Wait, what? No. Nuh-uh. No.
Join me in the next Wario game. Wario murders a bunch of innocent frogs.
No.
And they like explode. I don't know.
Liz!
I have to beat this game. What, do you want the entire rest to power up with pride? Me just standing here staring at a Toad until the marathon ends?
I'm sorry, is that a challenge? Because that's exactly what I want. Wow, I can't believe Wario just got the Infinity Gauntlet. Wario burns down the rainforest.
What do you think Wario would do with the Infinity Gauntlet? What did it cost you? Wow, nothing! Alright. One of the last levels, second to last level. Again, the worst level in this game. Hate this level. Boop. Boop. Okay, so basically, there's a whole nother section to this level that we can now access. And, we need to have the, we could have accessed it before, but not with the switches flipped like this, which is what we need. Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, so we go down here. Hello, Mr. Polar Bear. Break down these. Alright, now we can go over here. Also, we're about to see an enemy that's, like, straight from Metroid, and I kind of love it. That little thing, he's a friend. I love him so much.
It's one of those things from Metroid.
Yeah.
That sounded sarcastic, but I was being genuine. There's an enemy that looks like that in Metroid.
And it's like super cute in both games. I
Yeah.
love it because like it's basically like a manta ray, and rays are my favorite.
Do I need to go get my NES Metroid instruction manual to look up the name of this enemy? I've convinced myself by saying that. Hang on.
All right.
Metroid
Excuse me.
instruction booklet. Ahem.
I don't know if it's in
Table of
Metroid 1.
contents.
I think it's in Metroid
Hordes of
Fusion.
enemy characters on the fortress planet Zebes, page 27. So that's probably where we're supposed to go.
Assumedly.
Oh, they're called Zoomers.
Zoomers!
Those are the friends.
And be sure to look real close at Wario's sprite here. Blah. I love that sprite so much. Alright, so now we make our way back. Goodbye, Zoomer. Zero Mission is a lot of fun. I love that game. Oh, whoops. Don't need to go in there. Wario is a robot master? Wario Man! What would Wario's robot master power be?
I feel like it would be like Payday in Pokemon, just throwing money.
Oh, that's a good... yeah. I mean, this is basically, like, people have been like, if you were a robot master, what would you be? And I'd be like, can Goblin Woman be a thing? But I don't know what power a Goblin would have. Oh, no. Okay. That was really lucky that we have that light right there. Otherwise, we need to fall down. Garlic shot? Good point. I'm now ahead of my PB.
Oh, heck. We are on a hot pace.
40 seconds. There's still a chance to mess up. I did really well in the last two levels during my PB. So, here's the last level. Again, we're going back to the very beginning of the game. It's a nice, like, you know, bookend going on here. It's the last level. And this boss and this level is a little difficult to do fast, you should say. Because, like, again, this game isn't hard. You can't die. Except in one instance. The only time you can possibly die is the final boss. because again, all the townspeople don't want to kill Wario. They just want him to go away, and the Rudy does want to kill Wario. So he actually does. If you die against Rudy, it's an actual game over.
Dang.
So we use these birds to fly up. Do you know what's down there with the donuts? It's very important. We'll be coming back to it later. Also, I'm lying. I have absolutely no idea what's down there because I haven't done it since I was like 12.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
Also, I like this like screaming tree. Basically, we determined that this is Wispy Woods' like brother, and I called him Wario Woods.
Oh, I was gonna say Wailing Woods.
Oh, that's a good one.
But no. I like woods.
Whoa. I was 12 once. Sorry, I'm eternal. Oh no! So we get back to Yarn Wario. This is not a good. It's okay, because it doesn't send us super far back. Like, it doesn't send us all the way to the bottom of the tree or anything.
Yarnio.
Alright. Here's a spider boss. This boss is like weird RNG. So sometimes his yarn can do that and just go out the window. And if it does, there's literally nothing you can do. It just randomly moves in different directions, and you just have to hope that it goes where you want it to go. Wario's Yarny World. Okay, so we have to avoid these things, which is easier said than done a lot of the times. Alright. I like to hide out in this corner. That way he won't accidentally, like, hit me. And he turns you into Yarn Wario, by the way. Okay, so we should be good. Just by doing this. Alright. Almost here. So, we have one more thing and then we're done. So we're coming up on time in just a few minutes. We have Rudy, who, remember I told you, if you missed the story, there's someone who told you they used to be the god of this world. Turns out he's an evil clown who was locked away and he's tricking you. And he totally intends to kill you for some reason. And we have the final piece. I love this musical box. It's so cute. Like, look at the little snowmen with fezzes.
Oh, friends!
They're friends, just popping up.
Gosh.
So, Rudy has a quick kill, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Because it's a little tricky. It involves very delicate timing. I can probably get one extra hit off. Okay, so you hold down in order to speed up text, by the way. And now we use the instruments to awaken the windfish. By the way, this is the theme from the end of Super Mario 64. It's a very, very good rendition, too. I love music boxes, like actual real-life music boxes. They're just good aesthetic to me. And, the ending theme to this, which, sadly, you probably won't be able to hear, although I believe I'm going to be way overestimate, so if you want, we could show it off and read a few more Wario-based donations, but it is also the ending to Super Mario 64 and is very good. A very good rendition. So, oh no! It's a freaking clown with, like, Shrek ears.
Oh, God!
Yeah, he's horrifying.
That's... oh, God!
And he has a very good laugh. It's on par with Ganon from Zelda 2, or, like,
That's terrifying.
Kafka. It is horrifying, absolutely. And here we go! Final boss! So, you have to wait to... whoop. Okay. Oh, nope, didn't do the quick kill. So basically, you need to... oh no, I died! Well, there goes my PB. I totally would have PB'd.
Oh.
And game over. It's okay. Wario can go again.
I like how they made a game over screen literally only for that.
No? Oh, that was close. So you just jump and try and like avoid his grabby hands. And there you go. Time.
GG.
GG. On my time I got a 1:39.10, which is 8 seconds over my PB. Very close. Sadly, lost the PB run, but it's still a good run. Like, that is a very good run.
Yeah, 139.10 is legit as heck.
And all the monsters that you've been fighting this entire time and killing, you heartless monster, are turning back into regular people. Well, I mean, they live in a they live in a music box, but also I like how they look absolutely nothing like Wario. They're like, "Thank you, freak, for saving us. Also, you murdered one of us. You remember that exploding one." But no, they're like, "Thank you so much for saving us. You can go and keep all the treasure." But Wario didn't collect any treasure because he's a really bad treasure hunter. He just did everything that he needed to do to beat the game, so he leaves with no treasure. I'm just joking. He does have, like, treasure thrown out after him, even though I didn't really get anything. I guess it's, like that book and the thing. Yeah! Oh, yeah! I'm gonna win. Wario weaned. And then it's
Wario-ween is my favorite holiday.
And here's this beautiful rendition of the Super Mario 64 endings theme to play us out. Thank you so much for catching Wario Land 3. I'm so glad I got to bring this to you on Power Up with Pride. Thank you so much for being here. I love this game, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you've never played it, please check it out. It's way worth your time. It's a very fun, obviously I played it really fast. Don't go into it expecting to go fast. It's an exploration game. You'll have to, kind of piece your way through and try and find everything. You don't jump into Metroid expecting to get, sub 30-minute runs. You jump into Metroid expecting to explore, and that's exactly what you should go to Wario Land 3 for. It's not what you'd expect, but it's an absolute classic and one of my favorite Game Boy games of all time. I want to thank you so much for having me, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day and rest of your weekend. Please stay tuned for more Power Up with Pride. I love you, and I'll see you all next time. You have anything else to say?
Before you head off, Liz, I have a couple donations for you.
I'd love to hear that.
First, we have $50 from RBW, an awesome marathon for an awesome charity, giving shoutouts to some of the most wonderful non-cishet people in my life. Less than 3 to Liz, Kat, PMG, hey, that's me, Hex, Xandra Vandra, Mus, and many others. You're all valid, wonderful, beautiful, and make the world a better place. Keep on being wonderful, everyone. And we have an anonymous $10 donation, and I'm gonna do this. Okay. The anonymous $10 donation comment just says, Waluigi.
That is so strong of you, Proto.
If you don't know the context to why that was difficult for me, I'm not telling you. You just gotta roll with it. Thank you so much, Liz, for coming out. And stay tuned for more Wario block with Wario Land 4. That's like Wario Land 3, but +1.
I bet you Wario wouldn't have been able to figure that out.
Probably not, no. But you smart people out there can, and speaking of numbers, keep helping us get that donation total number up as we keep raising money for the Trevor Project.
Have a good one, everyone.